The Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. We on the night after the what was the score? 122-112 loss to the Los Angeles Clippers on this long West Coast swing that comes to an end. When does it come to an end? Tuesday night?
Tuesday when they play the Denver Nuggets.
When they play Cleveland? Oh, yeah, the West Coast part, yeah.
Listen, this is one of them games to me where, Clippers had their whole team together. Except, Rondo didn't play. We just missed Embiid, Clippers is a good team. They're a full team. We just missed Joel Embiid. He'd have made a big difference. Tobias still playing very well. Danny's shooting very well. Because I don't want to nitpick on different players, but because we don't have Joel Embiid, we just lost. We started off with a bang. We always been starting off hot lately too. Yeah. These last couple games. Couple people didn't shoot well though. Seth didn't play that well. Quirk didn't play well. But long roll series. So Ben didn't play that well either. Ben has to get the turnovers under control.
Yes, absolutely.
The last week he really been a turnover machine, which I don't like seeing. So he has to get that under control going forward. He had 5 or 6 tonight.
Yeah, 6 tonight. Way too many.
6 tonight.
Too many.
Yeah, and some of them was the way they had him. Like I was early on, like when we had the lead, it was like one possession. Ben came down and tried to do like a little bit of extra pass, and they got the deflection. Then Shake got it, and Shake tried to do the same thing. Like, what is y'all doing?
That was
like,
bad.
That was stupid. And I agree with you. I expected them to lose. I think we said this when the road trip started. Even after our last game, I did not expect them to come in here and beat them. Dwight Howard is an idiot. He's an idiot.
He has to be accountable for himself.
You're an idiot. We have no backup center. We just got rid of. He waits until we get rid of the backup, and now he want to get ejected 2 straight games.
Yeah, but that's first of all, this is what he was doing since day one. It's not like this is something new with the White though.
But this is what bothered, and this is what irritates me with him. You're too old for the dumb stuff. He got it. I don't care if you do that. If we have guys in there, if we have Embiid and then Bradley, okay, we got guys in there, fine. But we have no other center. We got demolished as soon as we had nobody in the middle. They walked down the lane.
They walked right down the lane.
And Mike Scott don't get no more minutes. I'm tired of Mike Scott. He's trash. He's cheeks, and I don't mean the good cheeks. I mean pure 100% pork butt. He's trash.
Let's see what Mike Scott.
I don't ever want to see him on the court again.
Let's see Mike Scott. He was 3 points.
He can't defend nobody. He can't
he was 1
shoot
for 6
nothing.
tonight.
Yeah, in all threes, wasn't he? He just jacked threes like he can shoot.
All threes.
Yeah.
I'm so irked with him, man. I'd rather see a couple of young boys in there getting some time.
Seth was 0 for 2. Why didn't Seth shoot that much tonight? What's going on?
Because they put the cuffs on him. He can't create his own shot, which is another thing. This made us think of maybe that Lowry trade.
No, we got Hill.
We're gonna have George Hill, so
we're gonna and it showed a couple times about why I don't know why a couple of times. Ben Simmons was passing off to Danny Green at the top of the key to start the offense. Did y'all notice that? What was that about? Was that something new they was trying to throw in?
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm questioning Doc the last couple games with some of the moves he's made. I know they short-handed, but some of that stuff.
And the Clippers wanted to beat him.
Oh, they did. That's why I guess I'm so irked, because it was like, oh, okay, we come out balling, but then it's like all of a sudden we get lackadaisical. Like the Clippers are a legit title contender. With most of their roster there, we can't afford to do the dumb stuff.
I'm going to tell you what it looked like to me, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like the Clippers took us a little lightly at first. Then you could tell they kind of like, all right, you know what? We really got to play defense on these guys. It looked like they tried to turn on a little bit and, started taking more control of the game.
Honestly, the biggest difference to me was the Clippers started hitting. Our defense.
They got turnovers too. They're forcing a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, they did. It was about what the Sixers average. 15 turnovers. Ben usually average 7.
So what the bottom line was, when you got a 6'7" center, That's a problem because they was just going to the lane at will. Whenever they wanted to do whatever they wanted to do, they was able to do it. And that's what it was. The
But
bullshit.
see, this goes to my point. This goes back to my point how important Joel Embiid is in as far as the backbone of our defense.
But no,
You know what I mean?
But see, the reason Tony Bradley was in there.
Tony Brad. That's what I'm
He
saying.
was winning when Bradley was playing.
Tony Bradley, we missed him tonight. That's who we really missed.
Nights, for real.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Dwight Howard cannot get ejected from that game. He cannot with the dumb. Like, stop with the dumb stuff. Just play ball.
But what was we up 10 when he got ejected? I mean, were we down 10 when he got ejected?
I mean, I don't know what we were down, but all I know is as soon as he came out, then it really was nobody in the lane. Then they really just was the boy that was killing us. What's his name? The one that looked like a better Maxey came down there.
Man, yeah, he was.
Then he started dunking down the lane, coming in there, dunking.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was.
Yeah.
We had nobody inside to stop anything. Zubac or whatever his name was, he just was grabbing. He playing volleyball with himself down there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, but we ain't really have nobody help Tobias Harris either on the offensive end.
But Toby was giving them. Toby played his behind off. I don't know why he stopped shooting the third, but the first 2 quarters he had 17.
I mean, Shake went 6 for 11. He had 16 points. Shake was decent. Ben should have shot more. He doing too much passing. Danny Green had 17. He shot 5 for 10.
Ben. Listen, I'm accepting Ben is what he is. He's gonna have a streak where he'll average. He might even have a month where he'll average 20, but he'll come back down to the 15, 16 point a game. That's just the player. Without a legitimate jump shot, that's just the player he's gonna be.
But earlier today, I was watching him and Sam Cassell shoot around. I don't know why they're doing it. To me, that's just for fun. I mean,
they just go through the motions.
Yeah, why would you practice something that you're not going to do ever?
Right.
Like, I mean, he was just knocking them down at ease. They had the ball boy on one side, Sam Cassell right next to him, and he just shooting. Why practice? Why?
See, this is what I'm talking about for the team, right? So you got Dwight Howard. Yeah, we lost by 10, but we was down to 20. He was -6. That's what he was in there. He was killing them on rebounds. He was getting fouled. He was hitting foul shots. He didn't even make too many shots. I don't even know if he had really field goals that counted. He was being useful in there. He was doing stuff in there. He can't get kicked out in this situation. We don't have a backup center. But it's the second game straight. That's why I cannot excuse. I was tired of it last game. And it irked me. It just irked. It wasn't the difference. It wasn't the reason we lost. The Clippers was.
It wasn't. The referees played a big. Why are they part of the game? Y'all understand that in that third quarter, in that third quarter, they actually was in a penalty. Both teams was in a penalty before the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, but so it wasn't an advantage on either side.
No, we're not saying that. We're just saying
they really did call a bad game. I agree.
Yeah, that's what we're just saying. Even the last game when we won, they called a bad game. They called some horrible calls that game.
I mean, Dwight literally got 2 technical fouls within 2 seconds. Like
they tired of his shtick. Like, bro, play ball, chill.
Every game should have his own merit, and the fact that he was balling, I didn't see him doing a lot. To be honest with you, he was just being Dwight. He didn't do anything egregious. I mean, did you see how
to me sometimes like every call? Like, man, just take your 7 foot behind down the court and play defense. Shut up.
Do you see how he got tackled by who was it? Morrison?
Yeah, they gave him the flagrant call.
He should have been ejected. That's worthy of an ejection.
Stop.
So you saying what Dwight did?
You muting yourself, Ethan? Are you talking to
that game looked a little physical. It looked a little extra physical too. It was really a grind out game. You seen Ben getting into a couple things. You seen down there. You seen a couple of cheap shots too getting thrown. It's a moving screen on Ben. Was it a moving screen? Yeah.
It was ticky tack. It was a ticky.
But that's what you're saying. Like, it's a lot of, and they called it on both sides. I'm not saying it was just like they all against the Sixers. It was both ways. They just called a lot of dumb, tacky, tic-tac calls. Like, let the game flow.
I mean, they called 19 fouls in the third quarter by alone.
That's
19.
That was a long third quarter.
That's ridiculous.
That's it.
When does George Hill play? Is he still injured? What's the update on him?
They saying that he's gonna resume practice sometime next week. They said the thumb surgery that he had was minor.
So he's not playing Tuesday.
No. I'm thinking they said B resumed practice basketball activities this week, today, actually.
He got reevaluated. He's good.
He resumed now. Is more so he's practicing, trying to get his win. So he could be back.
Win.
He should be used to playing with out of shape. He should be all right with that.
Not this year.
That's normal for. he got years of practice with that.
That's a shame.
No, I hate that this game got me so heated. Just
they've been playing well. Happened. We can't overreact because they played well. All the stretch while Embiid is out. So I'm not gonna sit there and just go crazy.
What they lost one game, two games since Embiid been out.
Two. Yeah, the overtime to Milwaukee, and then this game.
And this
who do we play Tuesday?
In this game,
Denver.
Yeah, Denver, and then he followed up with Cleveland, I think.
And they could use 2 games. They could use 2 nights off, like 2 days to get there. I mean, get some rest.
I mean, another thing, like to Ethan's point, talking about with the Clippers, like how they just seemed a little sluggish early on, because I think they just finished a big road trip, and this was like their first game back at home. So maybe they had to get back into their groove of things or whatever. But it was at one point, it looked like our defense was. It was like we went to a zone one play. As soon as we went to zone, it was like tick, 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 boom. Tick, 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 boom. They was just lighting us up. And that's why I was so irritated at Mike Scott. I'm like, why is he getting so many minutes? He can't guard anybody. He's too small for the big guys and too slow for the small guys. Yeah. Like everybody's blowing past him.
And then he want to just
shoot. And then he's jacking like he Kawhi.
He's a Kawhi.
Yeah.
That is no way. But I like Shake was cooking a little bit. I'm gonna give him props for cooking. But that pass that he had where he had it was 3-on-1 and he decided to try to throw it behind his back and then it's a turnover. Those are the kind of things that he consistently does. I like either just lay the ball up or make the direct pass. Don't try to be all fancy. This is not the time to be all fancy, especially when you're playing good teams.
Yeah,
I would like to see Ben probably at least try to get you 20 this game. At least tack the basket a little more. Try to get to the line. They was calling fouls, try to do something, but I guess that's the only thing that hurts a little bit. That's not really his style. That's not really his game.
He picks and chooses when he wants to do it.
I'm interested to see how George Hill will affect Ben's game.
You never told us. You never told us. Do you like that pickup
with George Hill?
Yeah.
I'm not a big George Hill fan, but yeah, I mean,
you like the fact.
I told y'all, I always said we need a backup point guard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that move.
At least he's a true point guard.
Yeah, you know what I was looking at? I went back and I watched the other game, the Lakers game again, and there was a couple plays because we talking about Ben being in that dunker's position. It was a couple plays like where he was there for the oop. And I'm like, our dudes can't even throw. It was like Tobias threw one of them, was like way out. Seth threw. I'm like, yo, how come our guards can't even throw alley-oops? Like, isn't that one of the fundamental things that you should be able to toss up to a big man that's wide open?
Now, would you start George Hill?
No, I want him
unit.
I want him to be charged of that second unit, controlling Dwight.
Yeah,
and I want him to like all of us because he'll be better as the controller.
Honestly, I think I want to change rotation a little bit. And you know how they usually leave Ben into like the 3-minute mark in the first?
Yeah.
I would take Ben out early and let him roll with Joel a little bit.
That might be
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. Even if, like you're saying, just bring Hill in a little bit earlier in the game. But that depends on the matchup though. Because if Ben is defending somebody, like Ben was playing decent defense on Kawhi. I mean, he ended up fouling out, but he was playing decent defense on him.
Kawhi was up for 19 points in the first half.
You see what they started doing though. They started running the pick and they was switching off and they had Tobias on Kawhi and Kawhi was going to work on Tobias.
They was going to work on each other.
Or even this might, on second thought, this might even limit. Curry's will be a little banged up with his ankle. Is the ankles, hip, something little banged up on him? You'll have to because we did play 27 minutes a night, so that might help limit his minutes a little bit,
or give him some rest days.
But I agree with you. Like I wouldn't necessarily mind starting Hill because that don't mean that Hill can shoot. I mean, whether he shoot career, he in the high 30s.
He shoot a little bit. You know, he missed some free throws in that Cleveland.
Yeah, but I'm saying he can shoot the three. I mean, so you talking about putting him in Curry spot on the spots like when they swing it to Curry and Curry get closed out on. He don't got that speed to go around guys. I mean, he do it a little bit, but George Hill can go and attack off of that and keep the ball moving and stuff. So and then like you said, then you could bring him out for a little bit and then flip flop him and Ben. But
so to close the game out, right?
Mm-hmm.
To close the game out, 3 minutes left. Who's your 5 in the game?
I gotta see them play first. I gotta see Hill play.
It's gonna be George Hill. You most likely who you taking out? That's a good question.
Seth.
Wait, who's up?
It's either Danny or Seth, and it's probably Seth.
I'm not taking Danny out. I'm not taking Danny out in clutch.
Not the way he's shooting. Not the way he shooting the last couple of weeks, right?
Nope. Not the way he's been for real. For the way he's been all season, he's hit big shots for us.
I think it depends on who's hot in that game. Danny might have to come out because Danny's good for corner three.
Danny not coming out. Danny not you.
You said only for no. He's not just good for corner. You don't see when Danny be pulling up from up top too.
He's our corner three specialist.
You don't see. Yeah. You definitely don't be trying. You just ain't trying to give him props. Danny hits from.
No, he's trying to like give Danny props.
Yeah, he hits from everywhere. He hits more like that 3-point, that corner three. I mean, he money there, but he hits from everywhere.
All right, then Seth going to come up because Seth is he's too reluctant to shoot. That's his issue. He's too reluctant to shoot and even Doc said I gotta tell boys to. He said he never had to tell people not to shoot. Or to shoot, but that's what he has to do with stuff. He always got to tell him to shoot the ball.
Well, that's why maybe he better off coming off the bench and playing against the other team's bench, and he don't have to go up against somebody like a Paul George or
the tier 1 players.
Yeah.
But what about the moves? What about the moves that was made during free agency? How do you think they're gonna affect this the East in the playoff?
Saw what happened today with the Nets.
The Nets move, that was a big move for them, and see, my thing was against the Nets was they don't have an answer for Embiid, and our defense is good enough to keep us in it. So as long as we get another person scoring big, we can make a series out of it. But them grabbing him, now the Nets went out and got big bodies. So they got a plethora of fouls that they get, and keep throwing bodies at Bede. You got Blake, not saying that they could stop them, but you could throw different bodies at them to wear them down some now. So the Sixers still got to make another move.
I hate that.
Another what? The trade deadline's over.
The buyout
you can pick up people in the buyout period. That's how they just got the guy
Marcus Aldridge.
So what about Miami with picking up Oladipo?
I ain't really worried about Miami.
I'm about that. Okay.
No, that they're strong. They formidable.
I still think in the East it's the Sixers, the Bucks, and the Nets at the top.
I'm not really scared of the Bucks, be honest with you.
I'm not either, but I think the Bucks. But see, my thing is, I think that the Bucks. That's why I say it's so important for the Sixers to get number one. I think if the Bucks, whoever has to face between them three, whatever team get at the top, ain't gonna have to face the other two along the way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if it goes like how it's set up now, then you would have the Bucks before the Eastern Conference Finals. You would have the Bucks and the Nets facing each other, and you just hope that they wear each other out. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though the Sixers might be playing somebody like Boston or even Miami, even though it's a tough.
We'll be playing Miami if it started right now.
Okay, I'm not worried about Miami
in the second round.
First,
no, Miami in the 8th spot.
Yeah.
Wait, Miami in the 8th spot, so they might not even.
Yeah, they're in the 8th spot.
They might not even make it. Chicago might make a run. Chicago act like they trying to. Everybody thought Chicago was going to be in the sellout, getting ready. Chicago tried to make a couple moves. They really think they can make a run at the playoffs.
So what about you don't care about the Celtics picking up
they picked up another dude that they already got a bunch of them. They'd have been better off trying to get somebody like Andre Drummond or Lamar or Aldridge. They need a big guy.
I'm going back to the Sixers. I think we should have kept Tony Bradley. I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
I agree with you. I think he was coming to his own, and Joel Embiid misses too many games for us to give up on that third center because him and Dwight was enough to fill in for Joel. When Joel's there, I don't have a problem, but it's the fact that Joel is not there all the time.
He missed a lot of games.
So you just gonna go get a whole extra big man that's not gonna play no minutes, just sitting behind Joel and
he is gonna play.
Listen, it don't listen. You can say you can say whatever you want. If Joel Embiid ain't playing, we got no chance. I don't care. Tony Bradley, Milton Bradley, Bradley brothers, whoever you got, Bradley.
I disagree with
the playoffs. No, I agree with Wayne.
What?
I disagree with that. I think
you get caught in the hype.
I still think we was okay. We was okay. We would. I'm not saying we would have won it.
You beat. No, Tim. Listen. Let's be a realist. Let's look at the teams we beat without Joel Embiid. Who did we beat without Joel Embiid?
He went against Golden State, against Wiseman, the other guy. He rookie, another rookie.
We went against
the Lakers. The Lakers would have had Gasol on minutes and didn't have Brown or AD. Like, come on, man.
The way the season is, the way it's turning out is anybody is up in the air. I'm not saying that one team is better.
It's up in the air, but Bradley, if Embiid, you saying Bradley's going to get minutes if Embiid's not playing?
It's not up in the air.
So who you have that's a definite that you see.
The Sixers and the Nets. It's not up in the air. It's not like you're going to one of these 8 or 7 seeds do something. It's not up in the air.
The 1 through 4 is definitely going to come out the East.
Who's the 4?
Miami is going to be the 4th. Miami right now.
They're in the 8th spot right now.
Yeah, they're in the 8th spot. They're in the spot. Charlotte's actually in the 4th spot.
And Charlotte lost their best player a week ago.
But they still in that spot though.
Temporarily.
Okay. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, all right, and I'm not trying to discredit Miami or nothing, but they're in the 8th spot. That means even if they go up 2 more spots in the first round, they're playing either the Sixers, the Bucks, or the Nets, unless they drastically jump over.
Now, hold on down. Miami wasn't that high last year either, though. To be honest with you, were they?
No, and they made a run.
No, remember at one point Miami was up there. I mean during the season, like remember they was hot.
Hold on, I can look at it right now. They was the 5th seed last year.
No, but I'm saying I know they had got hot for a stretch, then they had some injuries. Jimmy was like in and out the lineup and everything.
You know, if we could do that trade deadline over again, I think I would have traded for Norman Powell because he could shoot. To me, that would
you need that backup point guard. You need
we definitely needed a backup.
You need the backup point guard.
We need the backup, but I would have tried to get the backup point guard somewhere like a buyout or something.
See, you saying that off a buyout. The problem with a buyout is the person has to want to come to your team.
Oh, you don't think they wouldn't want to trade
So who came here so far?
No, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about previously. I'm talking about the Sixers now, a championship bonus. Like
no. I'm talking about now. This period, LaMarcus Aldridge went to the Nets. Blake Griffin went to the Nets. Who's the other guy that just they're talking about releasing that's going to Drummond's talking about going to the Lakers or to New York. Who's talking about looking at Philly after the buyout? Where do you see
we need a point guard.
Okay, but
we got
one. We got Hill.
About a backup point guard.
We have Hill.
No. What I'm saying is, I would have went at the pile and tried to go for a backup point guard, like in the buyout market. That's what I'm saying. I would have went at the
what
pile.
Point guard do you see in the buyout market right now?
I don't know. The buyout market didn't really. It just start. It just kicked
off.
I'm
gonna tell you and be honest with you. What's gonna happen with Hill is Hill's the backup. But in crunch time, Hill's going to be the starter. We all know what happens when Ben Simmons in crunch time, where he don't want the ball in his hand when it's like 2-3 minutes left in the game.
Ben plays off ball.
Yes. So this is what I mean about it's not going to be Seth. Which one is it? I don't know. It's not going to be him or Danny. It's not going to be him or Danny in the game.
It could be Tobias handling the ball too, though.
Nah, I think it's going to be Hill.
Oh, I do too.
But at least you got Tobias and Hill. They're gonna have the ball in their hands at the end of games.
And Embiid, yes,
Embiid, yeah.
Embiid's they're gonna give it to him down low. He's not gonna he's not gonna do no creating or having.
What have you been watching? You talk like Joel Embiid don't create his shots.
They're not going to sit there and tell Joel Embiid to dribble the ball from inbounding the ball and dribbling up the court.
You don't have to dribble. You don't have to inbound and dribble up the court.
But that's what you were saying the other day.
because he can just if he has a center, if there's a center,
do it on an occasion, but that's not going to be play today. They're not going to run a play for Joel to inbound the ball and run it up the court. That's not going to happen.
Okay, all right. Let me present this to you. Let me present this to you. How often do you check the ball in? Whoever taking it out, then they run up there and they hold the ball the whole possession. Don't they swing the ball around? Don't usually, or like even if somebody else saying, like when Jimmy used to handle the ball, they might give it to Ben. He bring up the half court, have it off Jimmy.
No, what I'm saying, 10 seconds left in the game. They inbound the ball. It's not going to be inbounded to Joel Embiid for him to dribble up the court. That's just
okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's not going to happen.
Then they might call a timeout and you kick it off at the half court.
But they will do it for Tobias Harris. And they will do it.
What if they don't got timeouts left?
Okay. And so now 10 seconds is still a bunch of time where you can get up the court and get the ball to Embiid.
Yeah, remember.
That's why I'm saying they're going to give it to Embiid. That's my point.
That we was playing. We was in that same position. I think we didn't have Embiid, and Ben Simmons ran up the court and threw it to Maxey for the 3. Y'all remember that game?
No, I don't. But go ahead. What you saying? It was like a few seconds left. What'd you say? It was a few seconds left, and he got it. Did Maxey hit it?
No, he ain't hit it.
Oh. That's probably why I don't remember it.
You don't. You remember you was blaming Maxey for it. You don't remember that game?
For him,
I can't think of what game that was.
I kind of remember us having a conversation, but I don't remember the exact. Yeah, man. I don't know. I still think we got to make a move, and we still need to stretch forward. This is why I don't need to see Mike Scott. Mike Scott's not going to revive nothing.
It's no more moves to be made. This is it.
It ain't.
This is it.
No, it ain't. His players are getting bought out of their contracts.
They are. That's why I said the buyout market. But I would have tried to do it for a point guard and went after Powell.
Listen, we just have to be comfortable with this team that we got going into the playoffs. Nothing major. If anything, it's going to be something small. Nothing major going to happen. This is the team going to the playoffs.
You don't think Aldridge going to the Nets was major?
But I mean, there's no more buyouts left.
Let me ask you this:
for Kyle Lowry gonna get balled out?
That's what I was gonna. I was just about to ask you that.
He might. It's discussions on it.
If Kyle Lowry get bought out, you bring him in. That's a no-brainer.
I still don't think Kyle Lowry.
I don't know if Kyle Lowry would come here. To be honest with you,
I'd take him, but
you got to.
I think he would come. I think he would come here if. But see, the thing is, Kyle Lowry. That's why Kyle Lowry was looking for somebody to already give him a deal, like another. He wanted 2 years, $25 million a year. You know, because this is his contract up this year, so that's what he's looking for to go somewhere. So
he could be our whatchamacallit, Chris Paul.
He's not Chris Paul.
He could be our Chris Paul.
No, he's not.
He could be our Chris Paul.
No, he's not.
So what do y'all think Rondo helps the Clippers over there?
I don't know. They don't look like they need no help.
I think he does, though. I think he does.
The way they have used us.
I think he does. I think he brings that veteran presence or whatever. But I mean, I look at the Clippers like it's funny because I look at some of these teams. Like I look at the Clippers with Embiid will demolish the Big Ben as long as he come back and he's healthy and everything. I just it's just irksome. It's irksome because I just want to see. I think we really need to stretch forward, and that's why I'm so tired of Mike Scott.
So now you on Tim? You on with Tim now?
Yeah.
No. I said that if
Tim got you talking like hell.
No.
I'm going for 3-2. I'm going for 2 games, and you talking like Tim.
No, I've been saying a long time that we need both the point guard and the stretch 4.
Yeah.
But I thought we need the point guard. Now we have the point guard, the backup point guard. That's
Toby is your stretch 4.
Yeah. So who's your backup stretch 4 when Toby come out? You bringing in Mike Scott, and I don't want Mike Scott on the court.
That's the point.
I'd rather right now the guy Reed. I'm not saying he's a superstar or nothing, but he just was in the G League. He was MVP in the G League. He showed he could shoot, he could score. Give him some burn and see if he can make. Maybe he's just not used to the system yet, and they're trying to work him into it. But I'd rather see him out there trying to see what he has, because to me he has the confidence to play where like Isaiah Joe looked like he was lacking confidence. So I'd rather see Reed in here. And getting minutes that you're wasting on Scott. Mike Scott is a wasted spot.
You know why we need a stretch 4? Do y'all know why we need a stretch 4?
Why?
I thought
Ben Simmons can't shoot the 3. That's why we need a stretch 4.
No, Ben Simmons can't shoot. You don't gotta say
that's
3.
why we need a stretch 4.
Ben won't shoot. It's like his reluctancy to shoot the ball, to create a shot outside of that flick.
And this is my whole point with Ben Simmons. It's all this extra stuff we need because of stuff he refuses to do.
But see, y'all kill me with that because that's something you got something like that. But that's like Tobias Harris' defense is trash.
His defense not trash.
Yes, it is. He gets
trash.
No, when he's playing against smaller guys and he could do all that, but when he plays against guys his size, they muscle him a whole lot.
It's not. Listen,
it's not trash. It's a lot better than
it's very disrespectful.
It's suspect.
But this is my whole thing. We need all this extra stuff to cover for deficiency in order to keep Ben Simmons on the court.
It ain't just to keep on the court.
It is. Because if he's shooting a three, we weren't complaining about this. We need a stretch four. We need this. We need a point. We need a point guard. We're going to have a ball in his hands in the clutch.
So what's the difference if somebody got a Rondo who can't shoot and shooting bricks?
He can have the ball in his hand in the clutch. What did he do last year? He was banging threes, wasn't he? Because he shot them.
Yeah, because he like, what, 15 years in the game?
He shot him.
Finally started?
He shot him.
Come on, man, stop. First of all, of course, I want him to shoot and stuff too, but my point is, who's your backup power forward? I don't care if stretch four or no four. Mike Scott can't play. No, it's Mike Scott right now because that's who we putting in there.
Yeah.
He can't play defense. He can't shoot.
That's true.
He's Tobias Light, I guess, from what I understood. But
Ben Simmons actually goes to the power live. You notice?
Yeah, because we have a deficiency in backup power forward, so Ben Simmons got to play both positions.
Yeah, they had the.
See how that works? You could say that about deficiencies everywhere, but that's why a team is a team.
You got to know. So then, when you have a point guard like Hill that comes in, Ben can go to the power forward and play that dunker spot. Natural position. He plays natural position.
See, back to my original point. If we had traded for Norman Powell, he could have been our starting shooting guard.
Man, we done.
And Seth Curry could have been coming up to the
bench. What did Norman Powell? What did they trade to get Norman Powell?
Who was he playing with?
I think he was playing with
Portland?
Toronto. He was playing with
Toronto. See, this is the stuff that cracks me up because you sitting there telling me, if we'd have traded for who was you trading? You don't want to trade Thibault. You don't even want to trade Maxey. Who was you going to trade to get quality?
I would have gave him Maxey.
You think they was going to want Maxey for him?
And a couple firsts.
You think they would want Maxey over in Toronto when they got guards?
They traded for like 2 guards.
What guards they got?
They got guards from
What's the name not playing? I mean, they trying to get rid of Kyle Lowry. They got.
I mean, but he's playing for them right now.
I mean,
hey man, good game. We'll move on to the next one. I mean,
we're not going to get.
You can't cry about this loss like that, So
I agree. They've been playing good on this trip. Now we're going to Denver.
I see 2 back-to-back losses.
We might be able to get this Denver. Since we lost the Clippers, I think we might be able to get this Denver. I'd have felt more comfortable with Tony Bradley in the middle, but Joker.
You might have to start Dwight Tuesday. You think you got to start though? You got to talk. The doc. Somebody got to talk to this guy.
First of all, it's going to be tough because you got Joker, and then you got JaVale McGee coming in as a backup.
He stinks.
It don't matter. It's a big body. If you got Mike Scott in there playing center, JaVale McGee mess around and dunk on him all day long and grab rebounds over him all day.
They got Gordon too. I wonder if he's going to play Aaron Gordon.
Yeah. They traded Norman Powell for Gary Trent Jr. and Rodney Hood.
So you don't think we got enough?
No,
I think we could have got him.
We could have got him, but then you probably gonna have to give up Thibault.
Rodney Hood stinks.
You probably was gonna have to give up.
Rodney Hood is not a good player. It's Gary Trent, and you can get that with Maxey. Maxey in the first.
What makes you?
Why you think
you think everybody got Maxey on this high list? Where did he get drafted at? Toronto, so how highly did everybody think of?
You do realize Toronto wanted Maxey and Thibault in a trade, right?
Yeah, and Thibault.
But they wanted Max
and Thibault
and Max
and Thibault.
Thibault's like Maxey's here and Thibault's here.
Yeah, Thibault was the driving point for that trade.
But no, because Kyle Lowry's value was higher than Norman Powell's value in their eyes. So we wouldn't have to give as much to get Powell than we would have to get Kyle.
I agree with that.
And how much is Norman Powell worth? Because you got matchup salaries. Too.
$11 million.
Them 2 salaries ain't gonna match that.
But
I guess they was talking about doing it, so it must have could have matched up some kind of way.
Yeah.
But like you can't keep saying you want to make all these trades, but then you don't want to get nothing up. Nothing from nothing leave nothing.
I would have gave them Scott, Maxey, and
what make you think that anybody wants Scott or Maxey like that?
All right, we out this, please. Listen, the Sixers lost.
You just frustrated me more than the Sixers.
Sixers got routed actually by the Clippers. It was a homecoming for Doc Rivers. Hate to see that he wasn't able to get revenge on the team that fired him. But there's only one game. They got to come to us on.
I'm about to say they got to come here.
April 16th. We'll see them. We'll have revenge. Hopefully, it's a toss up whether Embiid will play or not.
Why is it a toss up?
Because he may be sitting that day. He might be injured again.
yeah. It might be his rest day.
Yeah. On the 7th day.
I don't think there's any way to miss out that game against the Clippers. Embiid's going to come back and want to try to battle to get back up in his MVP race that he's drastically losing right now.
Yeah, I just want him to come back fully healed, though. I don't want him to come in, but they say he looks good. They say he resumed playing, like exercising and getting himself in shape. So that's a good thing.
I didn't plug us. I didn't throw the plug at the beginning either. My bad.
All right, check us out. Y'all notice we got the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast t-shirts on. That's how you can see us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. Check us out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. For y'all. Hit that notification button. That's how you know that we dropped a brand new video. All right, we out.
Peace.